Hi friends, in this video I'm going to recap the remake of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, where a woman tries to steal another woman's family for revenge. The remake is quite different, so I'll tell you about some of the differences later. Just sit back and get comfortable because in this video I'm going to recap the movie of
Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I'm going to recap the movie.
The pregnant lawyer, Caitlin Morales, is assigned to represent Polly Murphy, a young woman facing eviction and homelessness. Shortly after their first meeting, Caitlin starts having contractions and gives birth to her daughter, Josie. Sometime later, Caitlin is now the mother of two daughters, Josie and the older one, Emma, who keep her stressed all the time as she tries to balance motherhood and her work. One day, while shopping with her family, Caitlin runs into Polly after a long time. Polly, seeing that Caitlin is having difficulties with her daughters, offers herself as a babysitter.
Let me see if I have your number. Okay.
Later, Caitlin proposes the idea to Miguel, her husband, of hiring Polly as a babysitter so that she can have more time for herself. Miguel, seeing that his wife needs to rest, agrees. But before hiring her, Caitlin makes sure that Polly is someone trustworthy. So she calls the last woman who hired her, Rosanna, to get more references about Polly. Rosanna tells her that Polly is an incredible girl who knew how to integrate well into the family and that she also worked with her for a long time. And that's enough to convince Caitlin to give the job to Polly. So the next day, Polly goes to the family's house to be the babysitter. Caitlin gives her all the instructions on how to care for her daughters and to be able to leave her in the house without worrying. She has to go out to take care of some errands, but first, the antidepressant. Later, when the family is about to have dinner, they invite Polly before she leaves. Caitlin is delighted with her work, warmth, and attention, without knowing that Polly's intentions are actually not good. Due to that trust, she tells her the problems she has with her daughter and even gives her a dress as a gift.
I love it.
The next morning, Miguel tries to have relations with his wife, but Caitlin tells him,
No.
Since she has to attend to some matters, Caitlin leaves Polly in charge to watch Josie and take Emma to basketball. After basketball, Polly gives a lot of sugar with cupcakes to both Emma and Josie, ignoring Caitlin's instructions not to give it to them.
Don't tell.
I won't.
Later, Caitlin decides to cook a fish stew because they will have guests at their house. And while she and Miguel are distracted, Polly takes the opportunity to poison the stew. At dinner, Polly mentions how expensive it is to live in Los Angeles and her intentions to move, something that unsettles Caitlin because she really likes her as a babysitter. That night, the poison from the stew starts to take effect, and everyone in the house gets sick, including poor Josie. At the hospital, Caitlin blames herself for what happened. But Polly tries to make her feel better by telling her that these things can happen. Caitlin tells her that she doesn't want her to leave, but Polly says she has no choice. So she pretends to leave, but she stays in her car patiently waiting for her evil plan to bear fruit. And what is her plan? Well, for the family to give her a stay in their house and let her stay in the guest room. Miguel doesn't think it's a good idea, since he prefers that his wife face motherhood on her own so that she can regain her confidence and not have another depressive crisis like the one she had when they had Emma. But in the end, they decide to let Polly live in their house so that she can continue being the babysitter, which gives Polly an advantage to overstep the boundaries of the home and continue with her plan. Later, she helps Caitlin with a cramp. Although it seems like more than helping her, she wanted to strangle her. The next day, Caitlin finds her sleeping in the living room, and when she wakes her up, she acts strangely.
What?
Later, Caitlin finds a bottle of formula in the trash and goes to confront Polly, since she specifically told her not to give that to Josie. But Polly acts like she never told her anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Caitlin. I didn't remember that.
You lie! You lie!
Trying to make Caitlin mentally unstable. After that, Caitlin starts to notice that Polly is taking too many liberties in the house when she invites a friend over to hang out. Caitlin starts to get stressed, and because of that, she can't sleep, so she gets up in the middle of the night and finds Polly having relations with her friend.
Nice.
Polly notices her and smiles, although Caitlin feels uncomfortable and leaves. When she wakes up, she finds Polly doing her duties as if nothing had happened. Seeing that Polly does everything she should do but better, she starts to despair, and her jealousy begins to increase. Polly takes Emma to a birthday party where the girl tells her that she notices her mother is depressed. Polly tells her that she's not depressed but rather angry with her because she knows a secret about her.
She's pretending to be someone else.
Caitlin notices every day that she is becoming more and more paranoid, so she calls her doctor to ask if it's a reaction to the pills she takes, although she just tells her to lower the dose.
So you just want to lower the dose based on that one comment?
Yes.
Later at dinner, Emma tells her parents that she has decided to be a lesbian.
What?
Caitlin asks Polly if this has anything to do with it, and she tells her that Emma had asked her about marriage. Caitlin gets upset because her daughter hadn't asked her something like that, and she thinks that Polly is starting to have more influence on her own daughter than she does. Her daughter, seeing her mother angry, gets up furious because she doesn't want to be treated like a child.
I hate you!
Later, Caitlin confesses to Miguel that Polly's behavior seems strange to her. Plus, she spends all her time locked in the room with Emma.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Miguel tells her that it's just normal motherly jealousy. Suddenly, she starts kissing him, and it seems like this time Miguel will finally get some action.
My man!
Meanwhile, we realize that the reason why Caitlin has been so mentally unstable is because Polly has replaced her antidepressant pills with others that who knows what the hell they are.
That bitch!
It's New Year's, and the family goes out to watch the fireworks. Everything was going well until Polly decides to give fireworks to Emma. At home, Emma lights them, causing her to almost hurt herself and burn the house. Caitlin despairs and furiously accuses Polly of doing this on purpose.
She did it on purpose! Why can't you see that?
Miguel doesn't believe it and tries to calm things down.
Are you stupid or something?
But Caitlin explodes and fires Polly. Later, Caitlin can't sleep and wakes up Miguel to ask him if he thinks she's right. Miguel doesn't believe that Polly did that on purpose, and although he says he doesn't think Caitlin is crazy, I think he does a little. Miguel asks her to control herself, and she, to show him that she's in control of her mind, decides to give Polly another chance. Who went to a motel and is banging her head because she thinks her plan has failed. But when Caitlin goes to the motel to look for her to apologize, Polly hugs her and smiles because her plan is still in motion. Although she rehired her, Caitlin still doesn't trust Polly. So she asks her friend Stuart to investigate her to find out what she's up to. Stuart shows up at the house, and Polly hints that she doesn't like him hanging around there.
Have a good day.
Because she realized that something was being plotted. And what was being plotted? Well, Stuart rummaged through Polly's trash to get her DNA and find out who she really is. Meanwhile, Caitlin calls Rosanna again, but this time she doesn't answer. She searches for the number online, finding the woman's location. She calls her from afar and realizes that Rosanna doesn't want to answer. So she confronts her and discovers that Polly had met Rosanna at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. Rosanna had tricked her into giving Polly the job because, according to her, Polly has suffered a lot of abuse in her life.
You lied to me.
Caitlin believes that Polly tricked Rosanna and gets furious with her for making her hire a possible psychopath.
I'm gonna ask
I'm
you
going.
to leave.
Upon arriving home, Caitlin tells Miguel about it, but Miguel thinks it's just another one of his wife's paranoias, so he doesn't pay attention.
Bruh.
Meanwhile, Stuart found something about Polly, but instead of calling Caitlin, he calls Polly to come to his house. She shows up, and Stuart confronts her, telling her that he knows her real name isn't Polly, but Rebecca, and that she grew up in San Bernardino, just like Caitlin, whose real name is...
It was Jennifer. Jenny.
When Rebecca was 7, she lost everything and her entire family in a fire. That fire was caused by Jennifer. She was given a name change and another chance, while Rebecca was left alone suffering years of trauma in abusive foster homes. Because of that, Rebecca decided to seek revenge by stealing Jennifer's family.
I'm coming for you, bitch.
Stuart called Polly first to try to make her understand that what she's doing is wrong, but Rebecca doesn't want to talk. She steals the investigation documents and makes sure Stuart can't say anything. Later, Stuart's wife calls Caitlin from the hospital to tell her that he was attacked. Upon arriving at the hospital, she tries to tell the police that Stuart was investigating her babysitter and that she probably did it.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you what's going on here. Please, listen to me.
Ma'am, please.
But no one wants to listen to her. When she returns home, she finds Polly dressed in her clothes, having breakfast with her family. Furious, she blames Polly for her friend's death and asks her to leave the house. Since no one pays attention to her, she looks for a suitcase and starts packing Polly's clothes so she can leave. Miguel, believing his wife is going crazy, tries to stop her, and while they struggle, Caitlin accidentally hits her daughter. At that moment, she bursts into tears, not knowing what to do. Meanwhile, Polly laughs her ass off because her plan is going perfectly. Miguel, horrified, expels Caitlin from the house and files charges for domestic violence, prohibiting her from seeing her daughters without supervision. Now, Caitlin lives alone while Miguel lives with his daughters and Polly, which makes Caitlin desperate because she believes her daughters are not safe with her. When she takes her pills, she realizes that Polly switched them. Later, Miguel lets Caitlin go to Emma's basketball game so she can see her, although her daughter doesn't even want to look at her. Her mother talks to her and apologizes for what she did. Emma forgives her and shows her that she stole one of the documents from Polly's room that shows she is an orphan.
She's an orphan. That's why she tries so hard to be in our family.
Upon seeing the photo, she realizes that Polly is the girl who survived the fire. Caitlin returns home to confront Polly and finds her completely transformed into her. Now she dresses like her, styles her hair like her, and even has the same mannerisms. Meanwhile, Miguel realizes that Caitlin isn't at the game, so he decides to run home to look for her. Caitlin apologizes for the fire she caused, but tells her it was an accident because her father tried to abuse her, although Polly doesn't believe any of it.
That's bullshit.
The only thing she believes is that Caitlin is a bad person who took her family away from her. Caitlin tries to tell her that her father not only abused her but also her own daughter.
No.
Polly still doesn't believe her, so she stabs her with a bottle and whispers in her ear that she'll steal her family for what she did, and that's where the fight begins. Polly was winning, but Caitlin resists and pushes her against the window. She looks for her daughter and runs to the car to get out of the house. But Polly won't let that happen. At that moment, Miguel arrives and witnesses Polly's attack, which makes Caitlin reverse, causing them to crash. Luckily, and by the power of the script, Josie and Caitlin are alive. Though I can't say the same for Polly, who not only suffered all her life but also suffered a horrible death. Caitlin, or rather Jennifer, laments because even though her babysitter was a psychopath, she didn't want it to end like this. In the end, Emma takes care of her sister, imitating Polly's gestures and telling her the stories she used to tell her. And that is how the movie ends. In case you haven't seen the original, here are some differences with the remake. First, the protagonist and the villain have different names, Claire and Peyton. And the reason Peyton seeks revenge is different. In the original, there's no fire. Instead, Claire accuses her gynecologist of sexual abuse, and the gynecologist commits suicide after several women accuse him. It turns out the man was Peyton's husband. After his death, Peyton collapses upon learning she's lost everything. She's injured her abdomen while pregnant, causing the death of her baby. And due to hemorrhaging, she undergoes an emergency hysterectomy, which leaves her sterile. She blames Claire for all her misfortunes and tries to get revenge. There are many more differences, but I recommend watching the original, which in my opinion is better than the remake.